Okay, y'all. Another assassination attempt was made. I bought a car from Capital Auto Auction in Washington, D.C. Okay. Hold on. I'll check it in a second. I attended the auction online. I purchased it. Well, won the bid, the if bid, on 7/6/24. I paid the balance, the remaining balance, because I had to make a deposit. I paid the remaining balance on 7/8/24. On 7/9/24, me and my kids went to Washington, D.C. to go pick up the title. And then I was going to figure out how I was going to get the car back later, because I didn't plan it out well, okay? But I learned some very valuable lessons from this. But we went on 7/9, Tuesday. That Tuesday we left, me and my kids. And when we got to the auction, there was a guy there. And he was saying that he had bought some cars, and I believe he's a part of this organized crime, because he was trying to get me to 111 on the timer. He was a part of the organized crime, because when I was going into the auction to get my title, he was trying to get me to not pay for my parking. But I'm in another state. I know Washington, D.C. is the capital of this bullshit, so I was like, nah, I paid for it anyway, even though I wasn't going to be in there that long. All right. Now, before I got there, the people at the Capital Auto Auction, they created a lot of confusion around the purchase of the car, picking up the car. They sent a whole lot of mixed messages. I had an encounter with Jack, and it was another guy too. I can't remember the other guy's name, but it was a black guy and a white guy. They created a lot of confusion. I know that they were a part of the organized crime because they created a lot of confusion. They were laughing at me, laughing at my pain with the confusion that they were creating. It created a great deal of emotional and mental distress for me. One of the guys, he mocked me and was saying, because at first he told me, the black guy, I can't remember his name, but he was telling me that I thought I needed to have tags to move the vehicle off the property, because that's what they put in the emails. But then I found out afterwards that I didn't need a tag. So I'm running around Washington, D.C. trying to get a tag. This is, so the first day, let me go back. The first day I went, I was just going to get a title. Went and got the title, left, was coming back, went to Zebulon, North Carolina to, get the car registered, because I was just going to get a regular tag and drive the car home. All right. Went to go get the tags, and Zebulon Police Department is in on it. Zebulon Tag License Plate Agency is in on it. The AutoZone in Zebulon is in on it. There was a therapist in Zebulon that was in on it. A lot of people in Zebulon that were in on this organized crime. And, you know, trying to fuck with the divine feminine. Okay. So, yeah, got there, and she said that the title wasn't signed over. So when I seen that, I was like, these motherfuckers is playing. So I had to now, and she put a big ass rejection sticker on there. So they was trying to just make me feel rejected in all type of ways. So she put a big ass rejection sticker on the thing because it didn't have a sign on it. All right. And while I was in there was a whole lot of old ass white people in there, because they was laughing at my pain at the time. Okay. They love to see people in pain, until now the tables is turning and God is having vengeance on their ass and they losing everything. They don't like it now. But anyway, that's what the fuck they get, bitch ass niggas. But anyway, so when she did that, I had to go back the next day. Instead of me going back the next day just to pick up the car, I now had to go back. I'm talking to. I now had to go back and get the title situated and figure out how I was going to get the car back. All right. Now I got my brother to ride with me, and I had to rent a car on the 9th. On the 10th of July 24. So we could get there fast, you know. My plans was to just drive it back. So I had done called them and let them know, hey, y'all forgot to put a signature on here. I know that y'all did it on purpose. They was mocking me, making fun of me then. They thought it was funny. So I got there. When I got there, there was a blonde girl there, like looked like she had something to do with it too, because when she was walking by, she looked at me out of the corner of my eyes. I mean, out of the corner of her eyes, like she didn't want to be seen, but she was seen. And then the black girl that was at the window, she was, everybody was just trying to be funny and shit. So I'm like, I know that y'all meant to do this, but sign the goddamn title over, like, I done pay my money, like, why y'all playing? Like, they like to play games with these organized crimes. They like to make you feel like you going crazy and shit. All right, so they signed the title over, and I let the dude know, hey, I'm getting ready to go get the temporary tag. I don't know if I'm going to be back in time for when the gate closed, and he made it seem like that he was going to make sure that they kept the gate open and shit. So I went to go get the tag. The lady at the DMV at the tag place, I don't remember exactly the address of it, but I know what it looked like if I go back over there. But she put the tag on there all smushed up, the letters and stuff, so I had to go back in there. Then she tried to make like I smushed it up and smushed it up. This is the type of shit that they do. And so I didn't give nobody no lip or nothing, bitch. Just straighten it out, fix it, and I'll be on my way. So I left, and then I'm on the phone with the people at the auction letting them know, hey, I'm on the way. He was like, oh, well, the gate closed now. And so I'm like, man, at this time I done started crying. Like, I'm tired of y'all fucking with me with this bullshit. So I told him, I'm like, look, he was like, it would take an act of God to get one of them boys to come open the gate. They letting you know they didn't believe in God. All right, but God is making them believe in God because of how he coming behind me because of what they did to me. So, end up having to stay in DC that night. All right, so I went and got a room in DC, and there were a couple assassins at this hotel. The first room that she wanted to give me, it was a setup. So it was joined to another room. The dude that was showing it to me was the maintenance guy posing as. I don't know if he really worked there or not, but he was trying to get me to come in the room because I wanted to see it, but he was trying to get me to come and look at the bathroom with my back turned to him. I was like, nah, I ain't going in there. But I was like, nah, I don't want this room. So I made them change it. So they changed it to one over here on the corner. But where I stayed at, it was a restaurant at the hotel. The hotel is gated in. It had a store right beside it, and there was a Checkers right beside it. So I went and walked. I could walk to the Checkers from the hotel. I walked to the Checkers from the hotel. Now, the whole time, the dude that was the maintenance guy, he was watching me all night. All right, so I walked over there to the Checkers to get food. There was some more assassins that were over there. It was a older guy. They had a white man, and it was two younger guys. And while we were waiting on our food, they were standing like real close to me, sizing me up, trying to see what they was going to have to do to attack me, right? I was peeping game, but I was just sitting there acting like stupid. So the old dude asked me for my number. I gave him my number. He kept trying to get me out that night. So I have messages from him. All right. He kept trying to get me out of the hotel, kept trying to get me to come over there where he was. And I just was like, nah, nigga, I ain't coming over there with you. It ain't that type of party, because he lied. And he was like, he wanted to get to know me. But then all he was talking about was eating my pussy and doing all this. So him and the two niggas that was with him was assassins. I don't know them. If y'all put them in a lineup, I don't know what they look like. Just like I know what that Hispanic dude looked like, the one that was trying to get me in that room. And the lady that was at the front desk, I think I remember what she looked like too, but if they got cameras and shit, you can pull them. But the police and shit was in on it too, because it was police at that store all through the night. They was there the whole night, the whole time I was there. All right. But I didn't go out, and go meet the dude. We did text, we did call. Get on the phone for a couple minutes, but we was texting, so I got messages from these niggas that was trying to get close to me so that they can assassinate me. He said the two dudes was his sons, but I know that they were just working together, and he looked like he had some money, because he was just like, he was global and shit. He was acting like he had money, said he had a trucking company and all that type and the third, because the motherfuckers been laying on me. They know like what is gonna, draw me in. But then once I get drawn in, these niggas can't never keep me, because they always on some bullshit, because I always pick my intuition, always let me know. But this was another failed assassination attempt with this organized crime, with these people that had paid people to try to take me out, try to take me down because of what I've seen. That blind girl was in Washington, D.C. on the 9th. I don't know how much longer she was there, but she was there on 7/9/24. And there were assassins at the hotel. Capital Auto Auction. They had something to do with it too. And I end up having to leave the car that I bought, because once I got in the car and started driving the car, it stopped working like in a couple minutes. Now they have trained professionals too, y'all, that they know how to mess up catalytic converters, and that's what happened to both of them cars that all three of the cars that I had to leave. One of them I left in Airway Heights, one of them I left in Moses Lake, Washington, Airway Heights, Washington, Moses Lake, Washington, and the other one I left at the Wawa in, what she call it, Bondaville, Maryland, Banda something, Maryland. So it was Banda something, Maryland. It's a Wawa. I was just on the phone with the lady trying to ask her, was the car still out there? They a part of it. The Wawas is sex trafficking out of the stores, but they all know what's going on, because the lady wouldn't even tell me if the car is still out there. All right, now the one that I left in Airway Heights, Washington at the Days Inn, I got a letter from Evergreen Towing saying that they had towed the car, and they sent me something saying that I owed them some money, but then I ain't heard nothing else back from them, so I don't even know if they really towed the car. But I got the titles for all the cars that I bought. Didn't ever get them all the way switched over because they not working. You know what I'm saying? So I was out of $800. I done spent lots of money staying, moving around, traveling, paid my mama to watch my kids, paid my brother for his time coming with me, because the nigga owned fucking pills and shit. So I knew, you know what I'm saying, he over here, oh, I'm missing this, I'm missing that. Nigga, you just saying you need some money, so I gave him some money. Found out that nigga was working with him. But yeah, it's a whole lot of people that have went against me to try to take me down, family included.